Now another chance to learn from the very best. Six-time major champion and golf legend Sir Nick Faldo has been sharing some essential tips to help improve your game. Today, he goes back to where it all began.
So probably the greatest thing that happened to me was my dad took me to the 1973 Open at Troon, and I basically sat on the range, and back at that time you had to get up close and personal to watch the great players play, and I was able to kind of photographic memory take in all their different idiosyncrasies of their swing and what made them so different. Obviously Jack was there, so I copied Jack because Jack would fade the ball, and then Arnold would draw the ball, and of course we've got Gary, player, draw the ball, Lee Trevino would fade it, and that particular week we had Johnny Miller fade it, and the winner, Tom Weiskopf, would draw it. So I brought those six swings back to little old Wellingarn City, and I mimicked them. So this is the first time ever I've done this. This is 100 years later. So Jack had it, because he had his famous turn the chin and the hands were quite high, and so I would mimic my Jack Nicklaus swing and try and copy the same waggle. You know, Jack was, his takeaway was something about his takeaway, so it was chin, takeaway, high hands, and I'd hit a fade like that. So I'd play Jack against Arnold, fade in a draw. So, because Arnold was very famous for all arms, all hands, wasn't it? Big forearms, the famous follow through. So I used to stand up and try and draw the ball and give it a little bit of Arnold Palmer, you see? And it would go that way. And of course, Gary had his famous kick the knee to get the swing started, which was important because Ian Connolly, my pro, said you've got to have a pressure release to get the club moving. So I would mimic Gary, stand a little shut on it, of course, give it a knee kick, turn and hit it through, and I get a little draw. That was all right, that was a good one. Lee Trevino, of course, would aim left. When I wanted to hit a low slice, I'd visualize I was Lee, you know, copy the bit of the left wrist. Why did he do that? Can you hit a golf ball while you are still talking like Lee Trevino? So that was fun. Who was next? Johnny. Johnny didn't hit a cut, he hit a super cut. So I used to try and get the finest of fades with my Johnny Miller. So I used to do my Johnny Miller, you know, this pre-take, whatever you call this, waggle this way, big high hands, big legs. That was all right, got it airborne. And then of course Tom Weiskopf stood tall and straight, like the Brigadier. All about the left arm, Tom Weiskopf was. Big left arm, and again, thinking, looking and feeling. So it still works. So what it did for me was, of course, I'm mimicking. It is a great way to learn. You do that in many sports. But for me, I'd go out and play in just about every day, play minimum of 27 holes, and I would play against Jack and Arnold, fade for Jack, draw. You see what I was doing? And then so I'd play a 3-ball with my imaginary friends, and I loved it.